Go. The question is, how do you take an everyday activity like a quiz and make it feel epic? My name is Thomas Bussey, and I am a 5th grade teacher from Atlanta, Georgia, on a mission to end boredom in the classroom by bringing magic to the classroom every single week. Now, what do I mean by epic? Well, the definition of epic says it narrates the deeds and adventures of heroic or legendary figures. So the only way to make a lesson epic is to make my students feel like they're the heroes of the story. They're the legends in the story. Now, normally I do this by starting off the week by following the typical hero's journey. I start on Monday with a call to adventure. This is what typically happens near the beginning of a movie or the beginning of some epic story. Think Harry Potter getting his Hogwarts letter. This week, my students were called to their adventure with this video. Otis?
Boys and girls, there has been a significant disturbance in the capital of Phrygia. Based on this information, my calculations have determined that Sirius Emmett Aspie has entered the story of King Midas. If this is the case, he may be in search of the Midas box. This is an ancient box that contains a pair of golden gloves. With these gloves, he will be able to turn anything into gold. He will also take ownership of Mr. Buss's golden dice of destiny. You must stop him from being able to capture the Midas box. May the odds be ever in your favor.
Now, to be completely honest, when I made and shared that video, I had no idea what we were actually going to do on Friday to make class feel epic. On Mondays, I introduced the kids to a new problem in our story. And all this semester, our story is revolved around Sirius Emmett Aspie, my evil doppelganger. He's going to be in search of various special items or powerful items from different books and novels that we have in our classroom library. For this week, he is after the Midas box. After the students watch this, few second long video, I just jump right into my regular teaching lessons. So I introduced them to new vocabulary words, a new grammar skill, and introduce new reading and writing skills that we will cover all week. And the students know that on Friday, we will have a boss battle, which is basically just quizzes on all the stuff that we've been talking about all week. So like I said, I wasn't exactly sure on Monday what the boss battle would look like on Friday, but then I saw this tweet from Adam Powley on Twitter. I guess it's about somebody's Dungeons and Dragons game, but it definitely got me inspired and excited about what I could do in my classroom. It says, playing Jenga to determine the success of a stealth mission. Every time you take a stealthy action, replace a block, tower falls over, we're discovered. By the way, Adam did an entire blog post about how he used this Jenga blocks game mechanic in his classroom, and he goes really in depth with plenty of ideas. I'll link that blog down in the description. Go. So Friday rolls around, I found an image of the Cave of Wonders from Aladdin. I just basically showed them this simple slide right before they got into the boss battle. Otis?
Welcome to the Cave of Wonders. Some of the world's greatest treasures can be found here. You are each worthy of entering, but only a diamond in the rough may retrieve the Midas box. You must first prove who among you is the diamond in the rough. Once this is decided, you must sneak past your nemesis, Sirius Emmett Aspie. For each step you take, you will move one Jenga block to the top. If the tower falls before the task is complete, you will be caught, and he will gain control of the Midas box. Enter if you dare. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
After that, I had the students do a basic review game on Gimkit just to make sure that they understood and remember the actual definition. The winner of that game would be named the Diamond in the Rough. And whenever I come up with a random title like that, I try to give the kid who wins or who earns that title a badge that they can put on the front of their binder. And then I refer to them as the Diamond in the Rough throughout the rest of the year.
Yes, Diamond in the Rough. How can I help you?
So next, the kids took the actual quiz. It is just a simple paper, pencil quiz. Well, technically not pencil. Instead of a pencil, I have the students take the quiz in green pen. So my high school social studies teacher, Mr. Ambler, used to do this, and I loved it when I was in his class, and I've been doing it ever since. I just buy a pack of green pens at the beginning of the school year, and nobody owns green pens. So I pass them out to the kids. They just have to make sure that their final answer is very evident to each question in the green pen. After that, I collect all of the green pens and I trade out the green pen for a red one. And so now the student has a red pen and they get to grade their own work. There's no trading papers, none of that. But it also allows me to give them immediate feedback on how they did on the quiz. To tie it back into the class game, as I went over each answer, I would call on one student who answered correctly and have them remove a Jenga block. Their goal was to make it through the entire review without knocking over the tower. And, well... Oh. Even though neither one of my classes was successful in not knocking over the tower, it was a lot of fun, and I took awkward enjoyment out of watching them like shaking as they walked up to remove each Jenga block. It was hilarious. One of the reasons I love this is because you get them emotionally invested, not just in the game, but they are emotionally invested in learning the content. I always think about the movie Inside Out and how all of the memories are tied to emotions. And so if I can get you emotionally invested in the moment where we're learning content, where we're reviewing the content, then months and months from now, hopefully years and years from now, you'll still remember the same things that I taught because those memories are tied to your emotion. And that's really the goal of all of this. And the way to get those emotions out of them is to invest the students in a story. Sometimes they're successful, sometimes they're not. Unfortunately, this week, we weren't so successful. So I wonder what that means. What's gonna happen now that he has the Midas box, those golden gloves?
Did you enjoy that video? Like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the Being Mr. Bossy YouTube channel for future videos. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.